because I'm least, but that ain't gonna stop me, because I know my purpose and I know my destiny, and it doesn't matter what you throw at me, I'm still going to be here doing the will of God. I might be crying, but I'm still moving. I might be hurting, but I'm still praising. I might be down and out, but I made up my mind that I'm going to hold on to the purpose that God has placed in my life. We might as well have church. Come on, Pat, I'm tired of lecturing. I feel like having just a little church. Give somebody a high five for the third time and say, Hoopamone. You got to remain under. If it's causing you to get closer to the Lord, don't try to jump out of it. Just stay there till God gets through with his work. Don't run from it. Don't run out of it. Just hold on to the Lord. Begins to move you to the next level. Give somebody a high five for the fourth time and say, neighbor, you can't go back to Egypt. You got to keep going forward. You got to keep moving to the next level. You can't go back to Egypt. You got to get by bitter water. You got to get by the Amalekites at Rephidim. You got to get by everybody at Jordan. You got to keep moving through Ahai. You got to get through till you get to the river, and you can't turn back. I don't care how rough it is in front of you. That's where you got to go. So you can't keep crying every time you run into a situation that I want to go back to Egypt. Ain't nothing back there. God's taking you from slavery and he's moving you to ownership. And if it remains hoopamone, I'm gonna stay in this wilderness till God brings me to the promised land. I'd rather be free with trials than to be somebody's slave making bricks. I feel like preaching in here. Touch somebody beside you and say, keep going forward, because you got to get over these hurdles in order to become all that God has called you to be. So I got to hoopamone. I got to stay under it. I know folk don't like the new direction, but you got to hoopamone. You got to stay there with it until you overcome every opposition in your spirit. I feel some pushing me right about now. And hoopamone turns to dakamazo. And I might as well close this now, because I feel church coming on. I feel something getting ready to happen up in this house. Give somebody a high five for the second to the last time and say, neighbor, I've got to hang in there. I got to hold on, because I feel the next level is about to take place. I'm one pain away from my victory. I'm one tear away from my deliverance. I'm one heartache away from being who God has called me to be. I'm one, just one. Can I preach like I feel it? Now hoopamone leads to dakamazo, and dakamazo means to go through a series of events to see whether or not they can stamp an approval on you. I don't know what you drive, but I know every car has a guarantee on it. It's been approved for a certain amount of miles. Well, I can tell you, they didn't guess when they said 100,000 miles. They froze the car in a cold place. Then they thawed it out. They drove it in the desert. Then they pulled the engine down. They checked the oil. Then they put it back together. They drove it back through the desert. Checked the oil. Checked and see the wear and tear on the oil. Then they made some adjustments. Put it back together. Put it in a wind tunnel. Had the wind blow over it. Put some dummies in it and crashed it. Then put some dummies in it and let something crash it against the side. Then they tore it down, put it back together. Then they put it back in and ran the test again. Well, I just come to tell you that I've been tore down. I've been driven in the rain, driven in the snow. Then the Lord pulled me down, checked my out, made some adjustments. Then he put me back in the wind tunnel. Had some dummies crash me on both sides. Then he pulled me back down, put me back together. Then he set me up. Then he put me in the snow, ran me in the rain. Then I crashed. Then he pulled me back down. Then he put a stamp, approved. I feel like preaching in here. Somebody holler, I've been approved. I've been approved because I stayed there when I was talked about. Stayed there when I was walked on. Stayed there when they tried to kill me. So I've been approved for another level. Been approved for a fresh anointing. I've been approved for a bigger church. I've been approved